and she connected to her teachers. She was around 4:15. I think there they discovered that the delivery was for that Black Friday.
Good morning. I have had a really nice morning. It is still the Easter holidays. It is coming up to the end of the Easter holidays. Very bittersweet for me. I just put Paddington on for the boys because I'm just about to prepare our dinner for later. It's not dinner time by any means, but for half an hour they're going to watch Paddington. I'm going to prepare the veg for dinner just because I'm making spag bowl, and I think sometimes pre-prep with spag bowl does your dish wonders. So that's what I'm doing. I'm preparing my spag bowl. But I was just sitting with them for 5 minutes watching a bit of Paddington with them. And I was just like looking at them, you know, and you're just looking at your children like when they're finally being quiet, because oh my gosh, they have not stopped all day. I've heard the word mummy or mama 1,000 times and I was starting to actually go crazy. But anyway, saying that, I was just watching them and I was thinking, I'm so gonna miss Oren next week when he's back at school. Like, I just love being with them all the time. And every single time we come to school holidays, I think about homeschooling and I think about other options in life and how I can do it. Anyway, when Lawrence comes in from work, I'll probably delve into that conversation with him again, because he loves a really deep chat about our children's future the moment he stops work. And I'm so good at that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna make dinner now. But we've had a really nice morning. We got the bus into our local town. Do you know what? Getting the bus is such a great day. We'd love just getting on the bus. So we got on the bus and we went into our local town. I picked up some donuts for me and Lawrence. I got Biscoff. So it's a gorgeous donut shop, like a small business donut shop that runs in a place called Bedford and a place called Hitchin. It's called Say Donuts. Yeah, and they're really nice people, but they make the most incredible donuts. And I got 2 Biscoff, 1 raspberry and lemon for Lawrence, and 1 pistachio and freeze-dried strawberries for me. So we've got a Biscoff each, and then we've got those like special ones. Need I say any more? So yeah, we have already had one. I had a Biscoff one. The texture of those donuts, incredible. Anyway, we went into town. We had such a lovely time. It's so nice just getting the bus. It's really, really cheap and easy. I just paid £4 for a return. £2 there, £2 back. We got some donuts. I did buy some bits from Primark, just bits for our holiday, mainly for Lawrence. Just a few cotton t-shirts and some swimming trunks. I got something else which I will show you as well. That was about it really. We are now back. Today I need to get my shopping list, my home shopping list sorted. As I mentioned, I have an incredible amount of food sitting in my fridge freezers, mainly my freezers. Food that just I need to make meal plans with, rather than keep on going to the shops and buying new bits. It's such a great way of using up food so things don't go to waste, but also saving yourself that bit of money, because I feel like every time I do go into the shops, I spend around like £5 to £10 at least of things that I originally wasn't going to spend. So if I'm going to the shop a couple of times a week, that's £20 a week, that's £100 a month, 80 to £100 a month. But yeah, if I can just avoid going to the shops as much as possible for the next couple of weeks, I'll save myself a bit of money and I'll clear down my freezer, because that is much, much needed. I had some eye masks on this morning. I've been doing some holiday packing. I showed you changing my toothbrush head earlier today. I do that every couple of months, every sort of quarter I change my toothbrush head. I'm not sure how often you're supposed to do it. I use this Suri toothbrush. I am working with them in today's video. If you know me, if you have been watching me for a while, you'll know I only would be able to work with a brand that I truly love the product of. A little bit fussy with things I use for my body, for my healthcare. I'm fussy where my money goes. I just really want to highlight the fact that if I do work with someone, it's because I actually love them as a company and their product. And Suri is something I love. But yeah, I changed the toothbrush head and I made sure the charging case was all tickety-boo because we're going on holiday soon, and obviously I will just bring this on holiday. It also UV cleans the toothbrush head, so like zaps all the bacteria off my toothbrush head, which makes me very happy. But yeah, if you didn't know, Suri does the most incredible rechargeable toothbrushes. A one-time investment. Heads are plant-based, which is great, and they're recycled for free by Suri, so just send your heads back to Suri, they recycle them. And the body is aluminium. I have the like sage green, I forgot the actual name, but it's my favourite. Lawrence has the dusky blue one, which is actually my other favourite colour. When his came, I was like, oh, I really like that colour. But I just think they look really, really nice. They can look very nice in your bathroom if you've got a nice bathroom. I still have a very old-fashioned, dated bathroom that needs doing up eventually when I get round to doing it. Honestly, my teeth have never been cleaner. It feels so clean. You know when your teeth feel so clean, your tongue like slips on them? That's how clean they started to feel compared to my old toothbrush. If you want a discount on Suri, my link I've left down below. My code is SOFRENA, that's going to get you a nice discount. As I said, it's a brand worth buying from. So if you are on the hunt for a good quality electric toothbrush that's going to last you for the time, looks really nice and has some really nice colours, check out Suri. Let's get on with the rest of the day. What I might do is after I prepped lunch, dinner, but I'm prepping it at lunch, I'm going to take the boys out, I'm going to go sit in the garden because it's been such nice weather. And then Lawrence is going to be able to take over this afternoon, and I'm going to do my shopping list from home. I have a little clothes change because this bowl of yogurt got poured over me, thrown over me by someone, not naming names, but they're 1 year old, so I'll forgive them. Just a really quick show you a couple of bits I got from Primark. Obviously, as I said, I just popped in to get Lawrence a couple of bits just for our holiday. But I did find these the cutest ever. Swimming trunks for Oren when we go on holiday. Look at those, aren't they the cutest? I love them. I was so gutted I couldn't find any in age 1, so I would have loved to have got Jasper some as well, just for like pool time, I think. Yep, loads of bits for Lawrence, but I did get myself some Bugs Life pyjamas. Bugs Life, hello, it's one of my favourite things. So I can't believe that they've got Bugs Life in Primark. That made me really happy. I haven't been to a Primark in a long time. So yeah, it made me really happy to see they have Bugs Life because I love Flick. Nice like summery PJ set, as you can see. Just a vest and some long trousers, just easy peasy to wear. Anyway, we're going to start with our food planning. So the best thing you can do, my biggest advice, is get yourself a pen and paper. It's much easier to do with a pen and paper, not your phone. I always get a pen and paper. I'm going to open every drawer in my freezers, mainly my freezers today. If I have time, I'll also do my fridges and also my cupboards, but I'm really focusing on the freezers because that's where I keep a bulk of my mains of my meals. And then once I've tallied everything in a list, I will come back and make a meal plan, sort of do like my pantry style food as I'm making the meal plan. But let's have a look what's in my freezers. We have an under-counter fridge and freezer here. I'm going to stick with the freezer today. So let's open. So ice cubes. I have a baby meal, which is a fish pie. I've got some frozen blackberries. So this is all in kind of a weird order. But generally, the top drawer, I keep ginger and seasonings. So I've got ginger, I've got peppers, finger chilies. These look like Scotch bonnets. Maybe they're not big enough. I'm going to ask Lawrence what these are. But yeah, I tend to keep seasonings and peppers in here. This drawer is a bundle of everything. So I've got some stir fry stuff. I've got some brown pita breads. I've got some more fruit under there. I've got some peas, some sweet corn, some fish fingers. what's that? Onion rings, meatballs, sausage rolls, like a lot of random things. I've even got individual size bags of minced beef, and that is in case I make Jasper his own portions of lasagna or spaghetti bolognese on days that we're having something else. Might even be for Lawrence, when we have homemade pizza, he makes himself a cheeseburger pizza, so he will put beef on his. But yeah, just a load of random stuff. I've got some garlic bread. I've got some burritos from Costco, which actually me and Lawrence are so excited to eat. We wanted to eat these this weekend, but I don't think we'll have time. Pulled beef burritos, yum. I'll do like a really nice like Mexican salad with that. Frozen pizzas. I've got a pie mixture, which I'm going to have over rice. Oh my gosh, there's just so much already, and we're only on the inside fridge. And then here we've got some bacon, we've got some baby portions of spag bowl, we've got frozen spinach, and we've got loads of ice lollies, crumpet. Oh my gosh, so much. Let me just write down what I can see in here and also reorganize it a little bit. Look how much stuff I've got on a whole page. So I had onion rings, brown pitters, fish fingers times 5. That's for Oren. Oren likes fish fingers every now and then. Loads of frozen chilies, loads of frozen spices, loads of frozen ginger. So I'm not really going to include that, but I've written down a little side note that I have lots of things to add into curries and chili con carnes. I had half a pack of bacon, so that will be like a breakfast thing, no doubt, for someone next week. Loads of frozen fruit. I'm probably going to make frozen fruit smoothies this morning. Probably going to make frozen fruit smoothies this afternoon because I actually really fancy it now because I have tons of frozen banana. I have 3 half portions of beef, so that the little bits of beef that I save every now and then, because we don't tend to go through a whole pack, but the bits of beef I've saved has actually given me enough to make like a lasagna or a chili con carne. So I'm thinking to make a chili con carne this weekend, especially as we've got loads of chilies. I've got frozen garlic bread, so that can be for a spag bowl or something later on in the month. I've got the pack of beef burritos, that's a dinner sorted. And then I've got also pre-prepared dinners of 2 pepperoni pizzas and 2 mushroom pizzas. I've got 1 homemade pie mix, which goes over rice. That is enough for a lunch for, say, me and Jasper, so I'm going to save that and do that for next week. I've got a third of a bag of peas, so I've added petit pois to my shopping list. Because this is what's also good, you can realise what you actually do need, and I do need peas now. Half a bag of sweet corn, frozen sweet corn, a whole bag of rennet beans, loads of those, 3 bassa fillets. I really want to make a fish curry. I'm going to be brave and do it next week. And everybody's just going to have to eat it. The only reason I'm not doing it is because I feel like Oren and Lawrence, don't know what's going on there. Oren and Lawrence will turn their nose up. No, Jasper and Lawrence will turn their nose up at it. Oren will like it. Oren likes fish. He's like me. I've got loads of frozen spinach. Let's run out to the freezer out there and see what else I've got. Okay, freezer out here. My camera's about to run out of battery, but we've got some frozen croissants. This freezer houses loads of pre-prepared meals. So frozen lasagna, frozen curries for Jasper, frozen lasagna for me and Lawrence. This freezer you will find like loads of salmon, chicken, and like things like frozen veg. I need to reorganize it, but this is the freezer where I house like all my pre-cooked meals and pre-prepared veg. I've got pork belly, I've got ribs, I've got so much in here. So I'm going to go through chicken Kievs. Yeah, I'm going to go through what's in here. I think I'm going to find some really good stuff for upcoming meals. Okay, that was super successful. I have 2 A4 pieces of paper of food in just my freezers. I have a loose idea of what's available in my fridges, and I have a loose-ish idea of what's available in my cupboards. But essentially, in that main freezer, I have 6 family size packs of frozen chicken. So what I normally do is I go to Aldi, and just recently went to Costco, and I will buy the large packs and then I will separate them into our family sizes. So the large pack is two from Aldi, and definitely from Costco. It's too big for 1 meal, so I normally separate it. And I have 6 packs of chicken basically separated, ready for food. Chicken is something we eat most often. We always have like chicken fajitas, chicken curry, like a chicken basil pasta. I fancy that this week because I've got loads of basil that needs eating. I can make 6 chicken meals right now. So chicken butter curry, so that's like an Indian style curry that I like to make. Chicken Thai curry. So I've noticed I've also got tons of frozen mushrooms, so I'm going to make a chicken and white mushroom sauce. This isn't all to eat this week. I'm making all the meals. I'm basically making a meal plan from just my freezer, and then what I'll do is over the next week pick and choose what we want for dinner, and I know I've already got that stuff in. I'm doing a Nando's style chicken because I've got pittas, so I'm going to do it with pitta, and I've got a frozen bag of coleslaw in there, which is great. So this is stuff that I need to make from scratch, but I also have pre-prepared meals, which I'm going to do like a little subtitle, so prepped meals. So I'll do that in a minute. We've got onion rings. I might add that onto, I can make homemade chicken burgers. 1, 2, 3, yeah, homemade chicken burgers it is. I will make the burger buns myself, super easy, and I've got tons of flour in the house. So the beef mince, so one, I would say, large pack of beef mince, which we can use for, I fancy chili, for chili con carne, and I know we've got beans in the cupboard. Carne, we've always got loads of rice in the cupboard. So we've got 3 bassa fillets. I've decided I'm going to do Cajun fish and vegetables. Got loads of vegetables, beef joint and a lamb joint, a lamb leg. So we're going to have beef roast dinner, lamb dinner. So the beef is small, it's actually only for 2 people, but it will do me, Lawrence, Oren and Jasper fine. The lamb is huge. It was meant to be for my Easter weekend with the family, but we decided to do a cola ham instead. So the lamb is huge. So the lamb is going to be for a roast dinner, and then the next day I'm going to do a subfolder on that. The next day I'm going to do a lamb, either Rogan Josh, lamb Rogan Josh, which is a curry, or, because I've got Rogan Josh spices, or like lamb kebabs, so basically fried up lamb with like shawarma seasoning, some cabbage, some vegetables or salad, whatever I have in the fridge, with over on a naan bread. Delicious. And then you can put like sour cream. I'm growing my own chives, which are doing really well. You can put sour cream and chive on top, and it's going to be delicious. I'm reinvigorating my love for food again. I'm not as bored. I've been going to the shops and just buying the same old rubbish and forgetting what I already had in the freezer. So we've got meatballs, only enough for children, so I'm going to do meatball for the children. And I might, so when they have meatballs, I might do the lamb kebabs for me and Lawrence, because I can make it really spicy then. We've got ribs, so I'm going to do barbecue ribs, homemade chips one night. That will be delicious, and we will do it on the barbecue. So, okay, so we've got garlic bread. We can have the garlic. What else goes with garlic bread? So I've got a pack of frozen, that's my pre-prepared, but I have got a pack of lunchbox of frozen lasagna, which me and Lawrence are desperate for. So I need to do that on a night though, where Oren and Jasper can have something else, because there's only enough really for 2 adults. Kids meal, sausages. The amount of meals I can make with food already in my house. I will need to double check bits I have in my cupboards and fridge, but essentially I'm going to reel off some of the meals I could just make right now without going to the shop. So I've got chicken fajitas, chicken butter curry, chicken Thai curry, chicken white mushroom sauce, Nando's style chicken with pitta, homemade chicken burgers with onion rings. So I've got 6 large packets of chicken in the freezer, and I could make all of those meals because I know I've got the other bits for it, like the seasonings and the breads and stuff. I've got, how many bits of salmon do I have? 8 salmon. fillets. The salmon fillets I got from Costco, and they're really good quality and they're quite big. Normally I would do a salmon fillet each for me and Oren. Jasper's still a bit fussy on it, Lawrence doesn't eat it. But this salmon is quite big, so me and Oren are going to share the salmon fillets, and then that night I will do, because I've honestly got 15 to 20 pre-prepared meals for Jasper. So the night I do salmon for me and Oren, I will get a pre-prepared meal for Jasper. We've got pasta bakes in there, we've got spag bowls. Every time I make a meal, I basically freeze one for Jasper, so I always have like such a varied thing for him. So nights that I do fish, I always give him a bit of our fish, but I will have like a backup for in case. But I will do salmon and veg for me and Oren, which we will share, and then Lawrence that night will probably have something like a bacon. He normally makes himself like a bacon cheese pasta thing. So that we can have salmon and veg times 8. That's 8 meals for me and Oren, and then other bits I would need to sort for Jasper and Lawrence. We've got enough beef mince to make a chili con carne, and I've got the beans and rice and loads of chilies in the freezer. I've got the fish, as I mentioned, so I'm going to do one night. I've got bassa fish. But yeah, I'm going to do whitefish, Cajun whitefish and vegetables. Lawrence does actually like that. That night I will have to do something for Jasper. I've got a joint of beef, but it's a very small one, but it's enough for us to have a beef roast dinner. As I said, I've got the large leg of lamb, so we're going to have a large roast dinner, a lamb roast dinner I mean, one on a Sunday, and then on a Monday I will do either a lamb curry or lamb kebabs with the leftover lamb, because there's no way 2 adults and 2 small children will get through that large leg of lamb. I've got enough meatballs left in the freezer, but only enough for a children's portion, so Oren and Jasper will have meatballs probably on the night that I make the lamb kebabs or lamb Rogan Josh with the leftover lamb, only because I want to make it really spicy. It's so rare now me and Lawrence get to have really spicy food, because we tend to eat with our kids and I always give them spice but not really spicy. We've got a rack of ribs from the butcher's, so at some point we will defrost that and turn that into a huge barbecue. That will need to be a weekend meal, so I will put weekend next to that, and I'll make homemade chips and homemade coleslaw with that. And we've got some sausages in there for the kids, so on that night they can have sausages, and we've got like lasagna and garlic bread already in there. Pre-prepared meals I've also already got in there. I've got pre-prepared pizzas times 4. I've got pizza dough times 2. That's homemade dough that I've made. We've got 4 chicken Kievs, that's a chicken Kiev each plus 1 spare for Oren one night. We've got a whole portion of shepherd's pie, which I'll serve with beans and veg. I found a box of salt beef, which I saw in Aldi on the special buys once in the fridge section, and I froze it and I keep forgetting about it. But basically I'm going to make like a salt beef with pickles and cheese, homemade subs for dinner. That might only go for me and Lawrence, so I'll make the kids something separate that night. We've got the pulled barbecue beef burritos, which were from Costco. Guys, just from my freezer I've made an entire meal plan. In my cupboards I've also got loads of things like chickpeas, I've got loads of lentils, loads of stuff like that, which I can also make lots of things. Anyway, I'm not going to go on and on because I really need to get back to other bits right now. I suggest you guys go and do the same. It is such a worthwhile 20 minutes of your time, trust me. And just quickly, I found this in the cupboard whilst I was going through everything. It's sourdough bread mix that I found in Aldi. I've never been able to make my own sourdough, and I found this in Aldi and thought I'm going to see what it tastes like. And all you do is add water, which makes me very happy because I need, it's Easter holidays still, I need quick things. So I'm going to make this now and see how it turns out.
For better days to come and carry us like